Violence are still erupting in the province, with more military boots on the ground being deployed. Ramaphosa will meet with provincial government officials and security forces. Durban Mayor Lethiwe Mdluli, meanwhile, has been consulting with community leaders across the metro to try and restore peace. But the situation in Durban is not completely resolved yet. A market in Isipingo was set alight overnight, and the atmosphere remains volatile in Phoenix. Much of the focus is now on the snaking feud and fuel queues. With Shell and BP temporarily out of action, petrol stations are said to be running out of fuel fast. In KwaZulu-Natal, queues are getting longer and residents are fast losing patience. Our reporter Lethiwe Mdluli is tracking the situation for us. Lethiwe, good morning to you again, and thank you for being on standby here. We're hearing from the presidency that there were 39 incidents in KZN overnight, and the situation is still volatile.
Well, good morning, eNCA. Yes, the situation is quite volatile here in the province. Just last night, about 2 buildings in Isipingo were set alight, and those buildings, the one that we visited this morning, includes a small business unit where vendors, street vendors here in Isipingo house their goods. That has resulted in a lot of shopping centers and a lot of shopping or supermarkets rather being closed. At the moment where I'm coming from, there's a long line behind me. I'm going to step out of shots and show you that long line of, it's a long queue rather, of people trying to get essentials. As you can see from where we are, there's a line for essential workers and also the elderly. They are taking priority. They are here to try and buy whatever they can. There's a limit of items that they can buy. Some people have been here since 4 a.m. in the morning. They are trying to buy food essentials. As you know, that a lot of shopping centers in Durban are currently closed.
Lethiwe, that line is really long. As you say, people have been there since 4 o'clock this morning. What is the person on the loudspeaker saying? It's quite difficult to hear you.
So, Annika, basically what the person is saying is urging people to keep a safe distance between them on the lines, and they are also urging people to keep their masks on. As you can see right now, this is a line of essential workers who are currently trying to get inside the supermarket and buy a few essentials before they go to work. They are being prioritized, but even though there's a different line for them, it's still a very long line. Some of them have been here since 3 a.m. in the morning trying to go inside and buy the food essentials that they need. Since yesterday, we've been speaking to people. There's also long queues at fuel stations. Motorists are trying to get fuel. Most of the fuel stations in the province are currently closed.
Lethiwe, is the issue mainly that shops aren't open because of security risks, or that there is just not enough stock coming in via supply trucks?
Well, Annika, because of the looting and the rioting that has been taking place in the province, a lot of shopping centers that still remain, who have not been vandalized, have decided to close down. At the moment where we are in Isipingo, there's a lot of security presence. The store has hired a private security company so that they can organize the lines and also just keep a lookout, because there's a threat here that people might come and burn down the shop. We also earlier spoke to the taxi association around Isipingo, who are also helping and organizing this, what is happening right now. They are the ones who actually spoke to the supermarkets and asked them if they can open for today so that people can get the few essentials that they need. But as you can see, the queues are very long, and the essential services that are here are saying that they need to get food before they get to work. So it's a really big problem right now in Durban.
Amazing that those essential workers are so committed to getting to hospitals. You can see a lot of them are in nurses' uniforms. How are they going to get to work? Do you have any idea?
Okay, Annika, I'm going to try and speak to one of the essential services that are here in line. Sawubona ma. Ninjani? Ngiyaphila. Ngiyabona ukuthi uya emsebenzini kodwa umela kulayini ngoba ufuna ukwazi ukuthi uthenga ukudla. Ngicela ungitshele nje ngenkinga yakho ngizokwazi kanjani ukuthi ngiye emsebenzini.
Phela ngihamba nge-private car yami umfana uyangishayelele. So ke njengoba ngihamba nayo isivuleliwe ngihamba ngayo ngemsebenzini. Kodwa manje asinalutho endlini. Asinasinkwa, asinabisi, asinalutho.
So uma isikhathi singakanani la?
Kade kumile njengoba ubona nje iqueue. Kona kodwa iqueue yamanesi yonke la. Abantu bangale bami ngodwa ngale. Yes.
So yonke indawo la niyakhona akukho ukudla?
Hayi akukho ukudla. Ngoba nakasipazamile izolo lemkhomazi ngoba ngihlala emgababa. Nakasipabe kunequeue engaka ukudla ikona ongekho. Asinasinko, asinalutho. Emagarage petrol awukho.
Senibikile emsebenzini ukuthi ngeke nikwazi ukufika early?
Bayazi emsebenzini ukuthi kunalenkinga. Kuvule kuphela ama-emergencies la kusebenza khona njengase-emergency nase-ICU makhona odinga ICU casualty kodwa amanye ama-department avaliwe ngoba phela manje awekho amanesi.
Abantu bayaphi ngalesi sikhathi abafuna ukuya esibhedlela njengoba kunje?
Njengoba ngisho ngithi uma uyi-emergency uyakwazi ukungena kodwa uma ungena i-emergency mhlampe u-chronic awukwazi phela ukuya esibhedlela ngoba amaphilisi vele ukusho ukuthi uzowathola sekuvuleleka i-transport ngoba inkinga enkulu i-transport.
Lethiwe ingone sabangakwazi ukuza emsebenzini ngalesi sikhathi
ngenxa ye-transport i-transport ayikho. Abanye bahamba nangenyawo bephikelele emsebenzini. Yebo.
So Annika, as you can hear, the nurse that I spoke to is telling me that in hospitals only emergencies are allowed in, and most of the people that are going to fetch their pills are not allowed to go in because of the situation that is currently taking place in the province.
Thank you so much, Lethiwe. Thanks for being there on the ground with us. And we will be chatting to some of the pharmaceutical organizations later, because those pharmacies, as we told you in headlines, have been absolutely pillaged, and people with chronic medication needs are in real trouble.